Welcome back to your KGFW Rewind here on a Saturday morning. It's the show where we take the previous week's Kearney High football game. We condense it down into about a half hour for you, just in case you missed it, or in case you want to go back and relive some of those amazing moments. Just to catch you up on the game, the weather has been a big factor. Kearney High at the half was leading Papillion LaVista 28-7. Kearney High looking to improve to a perfect 7-0 on the season. Papillion LaVista looking to improve on their 2-4 record, and things were not going the way of the Monarchs in this game early, and that trend would continue throughout the second half. Kearney High won the coin toss at the beginning of the game. They deferred their receiving to the second half, means they would start with the ball in the second half of play. Kickoff out to the 37-yard line. That's where Kearney High would take their first drive of the second half, and they were in full-on eat-the-clock mode. This next drive would take 10 plays and take a lot of time off the clock, nearly 6 minutes, and Cannon Coster would take one more step towards making himself a name to go down in Bearcat history.
Coster will be in the shotgun. Maisner lined up on his left. Coster looking to throw. And will find Brett Obermiller, touchdown. And just like that, Cannon Coster is now tied with, I believe, Jason Jones for the all-time touchdown career mark for Kearney High. That is, if I'm right, I think that's the first touchdown reception for Obermiller this year. No, I take that back. That will be his third of the season.
A 6-yard touchdown pass from Coster to Obermiller, and after the point after attempt, Kearney High has the 35-7 lead over Papillion LaVista, and everything clicking for the Bearcats. It looked like they were pretty much going to take this game and run away with it, and they're going to start 7-0 on the season. We'll be talking about it a little bit this morning. The weather last night was intense. A lot of rain and a lot of wind, but well, until this point, no lightning had appeared, but if you talk about it, it's probably going to happen.
And I don't want to mention the L word, but I thought I saw a flash to my right just moments ago, and we were talking about how there are some storms that are moving through the area. Of course, the Bearcats had a 2.5-hour lightning delay when they hosted Lincoln Northeast 3 weeks ago. Papillion LaVista has the football. It is 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. And what's going on here? I think that's exactly it. I think we are going to have a lightning delay. The official has sent both teams to the field, or both teams to the sideline. Now, head coach Brandon Kuhl is having a discussion with our head referee. 6 minutes, 42 seconds to go in the third. Now our official is going over, I believe, to activities director Mitch Stein. Oh, yeah, they're going to send the teams to the locker room. This will be another lightning delay for the Kearney High Bearcats here tonight, leading Papillion LaVista by a score of 35-7.
So with 6:42 left to go in the third quarter, the lightning delay would chase both of the teams back to the locker rooms. Thankfully, last night, the lightning delay only lasted a half of an hour, unlike that 2.5-hour snooze fest that was a couple weeks ago as Kearney High Bearcats were hosting Lincoln Northeast. Well, coming out of the locker rooms, Papillion LaVista would have its first drive of the second half, and when they come out of that lightning delay, they looked like an entirely different team. They started moving the ball at will. I mean, the defense was doing everything that they could for Kearney, but Papillion LaVista still moving it well, just like this.
Two receivers left, one right, pistol formation, Barnett in at quarterback. Again, we'll hand it off to Barnes, and he's going to take it right up the middle, and he'll be met by Isaiah Stahlberg, who plants him at the 35, but it's enough for another first down. 1st and 10 for Papillion LaVista. They look like a totally different football team here, with now 5:22 remaining.
That run would take the Monarchs into Bearcat territory after coming out of the lightning delay. Like Dave said, it looked like an entirely different team. A false start would push the Monarchs back a little bit, and that would stall their drive. They would be forced to punt it away, but they had great momentum, and they trapped the Bearcats on their own 6-yard line. The Bearcats came out of the lightning delay, and they looked like an entirely different team as well. They would go 3 and out, only after getting the ball to their own 15. They would punt it away, giving the Monarchs great field position. they'd start at the Kearney High 48-yard line. They'd start marching down the field, getting within the 10 and ready to get into the end zone again. And that's when mistakes will come back and bite you every time.
2 receivers to the right. Well, 3 to the right. Barnett in the shotgun. Robinson on his left. The run option to the left. Little throw back to Robinson, and the throw was behind him. He has to just kind of gather it up, and he'll be touched down. Corey Kitt is there, also Hunter Novacek, and that is going to make it 4th, and they'll spot it back at the 20-yard line. So 4th, and let's see, 4th and 12, we'll call it.
A big mistake there by the Monarchs to move the ball backwards as they were moving quite well in Kearney High territory. Well, that brings up 4th down, and instead of kicking a field goal into crazy weather, the Monarchs elect to go for it. Well, you do not want to go for 4th down in Bearcat territory against this defense.
3 receivers to the right, pistol formation. Fake the handoff. Barnett rolls to his right, has his man out there. The pass is incomplete, intended for Jaden Collins, and the Bearcats will take over on downs.
Once again, Bearcats turnover on downs. They take possession of the ball on their own 20-yard line with about 9 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. A holding penalty on the very next play would push the Bearcats back to their own 10-yard line. And man, it just looked like momentum was pretty firmly in the Monarchs' favor. They held the Bearcats to a 3-and-out deep in their territory the last drive. They marched down the field and almost punched the ball in for a touchdown. And now the Bearcats take a silly penalty, and they're facing a 1st and 20. Well, Cannon Coster is the MVP of this team for a reason. He takes this team on his shoulders, and it's plays like this that show you why the Bearcats are getting ready for playoff football.
It's 2 receivers right, 2 left. This time Coster in the shotgun. Rolls to his right, wants to throw, under pressure, now wants to run with the football. He's got some open run. Oh my goodness, he's at the 40. He's at midfield. He has one man to beat, gets a block from Stallbird, and Coster will be pushed down at the 19-yard line of Papillion LaVista. And I thought Cannon Coster was going to be able to take it all the way, and that was not a designed running play for the quarterback, but it turns into a big play for Cannon Coster.
71 yards.
Holy cow.
You heard Andrew Mims say it, a 71-yard run by Cannon Coster went from his own 10-yard line down to the Monarch 19-yard line. A big play at a perfect time when the Bearcats could definitely use it. Well, when you get inside the 20-yard line, we've said it all season, it turns into the Matt Stute show, and he doesn't disappoint to cap off this next drive.
Coster under center, 2nd and goal for the Bearcats at the 7. Hand it to Stute again. Takes it around the right side. He's got one man to miss. He dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Matt Stute. And the Bearcats tack on 6 more. 41-7 our score. Matt Stute with the 7-yard touchdown run.
Matt Stute with a huge touchdown run there to cap off a long drive by the Kearney High Bearcats, and that would give them the 42-7 lead after the point-after attempt was good by Gabe Hines. And for you mathletes out there, a 42-7 lead means a 35-point lead, and yep, you guessed it, a running clock. This would be the 4th game in a row that during the game, the Kearney High Bearcats would force a running clock on their opponents. Kickoff would put the Monarchs at their own 20-yard line after the touchback, and it would take them just 4 plays to get into Kearney High territory. They were moving the ball well, just like their first drive of the second half. The running clock was working against them, however, but the Monarchs wanted to get a little bit of momentum going into their next game. Tyler Robinson capping off a good drive for the Monarchs.
But 2 minutes, 33 seconds remaining. I think this is Papillion LaVista saying, we just want to make a statement here. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Barnett in the shotgun. Hands it off to Robinson. Robinson takes it around the right side and is into the end zone. Touchdown.
Tyler Robinson, the ball carrier.
Tyler Robinson with an 8-yard touchdown run with 2 minutes and 17 seconds to go. That will stop the running clock. But it really is kind of a moot point at this time now with 2:17 remaining. And Kearney High leading 42-13.
The Monarchs would miss the point after attempt, making the score 42-13 with just over 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. As Dave said, the Bearcats would get the ball after the kickoff. They would just need to get one first down or a penalty. They'd actually take a false start that would move them back but give them another down, and that is how the game will end. The Kearney High Bearcats improve on the season to a perfect 7-0. The Papillion LaVista Monarchs drop to 2-5 on the game. The big note from the game, Cannon Coster tying the all-time school record for passing touchdowns. He's got 2 more games to get just 1 touchdown, and he will be the sole leader of touchdowns in Kearney High Bearcat history. Don't forget to catch the game this upcoming Friday as the Bearcats host Creighton Prep. It'll be probably the last good test of the Bearcats this season as they gear up for playoff football. And one more thing to note for you Kearney High Bearcat fans, the week after the Creighton Prep game at Omaha Benson has been moved up. It will now be a Thursday game, and kickoff will be an hour earlier than usual at 6 o'clock. So make sure you stay tuned to KGFW for all of the information on both of those games. I'm Kyle LaBoria. It's been a great Saturday spending it with you. Radio Real Estate on the way next, right here on KGFW, home of Bearcat football.